If you get outside of the club, there are 27 street gangs that are within a 3-mile radius of here. You start looking at the young people who enter elementary school, and by the time those kids graduate high school, there's a huge middle school dropout rate. If there was one thing I said when I joined this club is that there would be no kids who would go here starting at age 7 and leave here at 18 and not graduate high school and probably enter into college. So no, that's one of the most crucial things that this club does. The club itself is a youth development organization. It serves young people, boys and girls, between the ages of 7 and 18 by giving them the core values, programs, and activities that will help them frame and shape their lives. The first and foremost thing is it gets them involved with people who are caring and responsible and committed to those individuals with passion. Number 2, it's a place where they can come and have fun. It's after school. It becomes a parenting organization that tries to drive those young people by mentoring and training and development and activities that will help those individuals in terms of youth development. What we try and do here is create in them a sense of sanctuary, that you can come here, you have friends, you have family, you have people that you can rely on, that you can trust in, and more importantly, you can confide in. Some of these kids, we have probably about 50% or more coming from foster care or single family head of household. So what a traditional household might look like, whatever that means, these kids don't come from it. One of the core competencies that we have is that we look at every program to build upon the young people's growth.
I've seen a lot of kids coming and going, and like they will start off being this incredible artist, and then they'll 2 years, 3 years later down the line, they're into painting, or, you know, so it's kind of varies. They skip around, you know, until they kind of find their thing. The life skills that you really need to learn are your self-esteem and your self-worth.
Self-expression with me is a huge thing. We have to find which is the key to each one of these young people's lives.
I try to create those confidence building activities for them. Anything that will help them just feel confident when they leave out these doors.
One of the first and foremost things I tell young people is always know when to ask for help. You're not supposed to know everything. Always know when to ask for help. We have a symphony orchestra here, which is my claim to fame, if you will, because it's something that allows these young people to play classical music.
I'm a jazz musician. I was not sold on classical music and its acceptability in the community, or its acceptability among our young people. But over the last couple of years, I've seen this music embraced, not only by the youngsters who are participating, but by their families, by the community in attendance to the recitals that we have.
One of the ways that we determine or try and build interest is we will call a young person up and just tell them this is a violin, and then put it in their hands now. And they'll pick up and have amazing capacity to play and to do things. Out of the 60 kids that we have currently in our violin program, I would say less than 10% have ever seen touched a violin before.
The purpose is to bring youngsters into the arts, give them the opportunity to grow and develop and find other avenues for their energies and for their interests.
We give our kids a sense of family. You know, you don't have to be the best to participate. We teach them discipline, but we also teach them that they have to respect themselves as well as others. So it's just a little bit of everything that is involved in life. Basketball is life. Shooting a game of pool, you know, you have to be quiet, be patient, tend to take care of, you know, the little things.
We have a recreation center, which is probably the heart and soul of every Boys and Girls Club. That's where we have board games, we have pool tables, foosball and air hockey. And those games actually help us find more out about young people than probably any other, because those activities have specific rules and regulations that every child has to follow in order to be successful.
we use the recreational activities to draw our youth into the club, into the Boys and Girls Club. Once they're here, every youth have to participate in the education portion of our club.
The Education Center is geared towards trying to find direction for these young people. First of all, academics, so we have tutoring, homework assistance, and projects that those young people will work on. Number two, we have college prep that is geared towards trying to find jobs.
Once a child walks through the door at the age of 7, when they leave the Boys and Girls Club at the age of 18, they have opportunities set and goals set that they don't have to hunch their shoulders. When you say, what are you going to do after high school? They don't have to go, I don't know.
Connected to that, we have 2 computer labs. Okay, one is for the teen, and the other computer lab is for them to bring their lives into the technological age.
Our goal is to have 100% basic computer literacy in the club. It's all the way from the beginning, learning how to just draw an image, use a computer for digital painting, all the way to filmmaking and editing high-end audio, and we cover the whole spectrum here at a Boys and Girls Club.
It's very critical that anybody who looks at the Willowbrook Boys and Girls Club does not see it as an athletic factory. If one thing that differentiates Boys and Girls Club, but particularly here in Willowbrook, is our character and life skills. We work 100% of our time to build that individual who feel good about themselves, self-esteem, okay, and beyond self-esteem, self-worth.
But I say the Boys and Girls Club actually saved my life. It saved me from doing stuff that I, to this day, will most likely regret, because it just kept me away from being a statistic of everything. Like it saved my life literally, because at one point I did stray from the club and then stuff happened and I came back and they helped me with everything.
But I don't think these kids and this, our kids realize how blessed they are to have this building. And I think the building itself represents the hard work and things that we've done to bring in the programs and things for the kids.
So this is a special kind of opportunity, and the parents that take advantage of it see tremendous growth in their youngsters.
And one of the things that I always tell people is, don't be surprised at our product. Don't be surprised at the kids that we produce, because just because there's not a lot of money coming in, but there's a lot of love, a lot of togetherness, a lot of work hard for our community.
The impact of seeing a young person who moves from not being able to look you in the eye and then becoming what is called a Youth of the Year, which is going back to Washington, D.C. and meeting the President of the United States. I mean, that's the greatest thing that you can ever see right before your eyes.
The only thing that separates the Boys and Girls Club from the next local gang is a gate. There is one fence that separates the club from the park, and you have to choose every day when you walk which way you're gonna go.
But the reward is seeing the glow in their eyes and the step that they have, I know they're going to be successful.